Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a brand new Pokemon Sword and Shield video today. Today we're going to be covering a handful of things from the CoroCoro finally being revealed to a new leak or rumor that is pretty extensive, includes a ton of different artwork from someone who claims to be a card illustrator for the Pokemon TCG. So that's pretty wild. We've got a bunch of other Pokemon news kind of stuffed in between. So be sure to hit that like button down below if you guys enjoy these kind of videos, and subscribe if you guys are new, as we are so close to 500,000 subscribers in the aDrive army. Be sure to get those notifications on, as you don't want to miss our Pokemon Sword and Shield content. But here we have the CoroCoro magazine here, and it's officially been revealed. And again, we've got all the Pokemon that have been revealed up to this point, from Galarian, Ponyta, to Weezing, to Obstagoon, Wooloo, and Polteageist, and Cramorant, and Surfetch'd, all that stuff. So a bunch of things. Roly-Coly, you've got kind of the starters, the Naruto run there for our little friend Scorbunny, and some of the Gigantamax Pokemon that have been revealed. So nothing new from CoroCoro. It seems as though they are staying very tight-lipped on this reveal, as we talked about in yesterday's Dynamax video, which if you guys didn't see it, you should check that out. But some pretty cool stuff. Again, nothing new. I don't have the translations. It just seems to be height and weight and a little bit of details on these Pokemon. But again, nothing new, no new Pokemon, nothing like that. There was some thoughts that maybe the CoroCoro cover was hiding a secret Pokemon that you could barely see, but it was indeed Corviknight apparently. So nothing new out of CoroCoro this month, but we've got some really cool stuff coming up. So let's jump into the next thing here. We've got this poster, which is from the 7-Eleven campaign. Now you may be like, oh, what does this poster have to do with anything? Well, it shows a handful of Pokemon that are going to be available in the Galar region, which is cool, right? We got things like Gourgeist and Bewear and Mimikyu and Minccino and stuff. Nothing new, but there is one thing that's kind of new. Well, maybe two things. One, Corviknight's smiling, which is always wonderful to see in the top corner there. But most importantly is Zacian, the sword legendary doggo here, does not have the sword in his mouth. He has the sword on a sheath, essentially, kind of in the ribbons on his side, which is pretty mind-blowing, all things considered, since we can now confirm that Zacian does not have to hold the sword in its mouth. So if it gets tired of holding that big steel sword, it can just simply put it down or sheath it on its side. So I found that to be an interesting bit of information there. Nothing too groundbreaking, but cool nevertheless. For those who go to Build-A-Bear or have a Build-A-Bear near you, you can actually pick up a Build-A-Bear Pichu Plushie, which is available now. I have all the Build-A-Bear plushies somewhere in my office, except for Snorlax, so I'm gonna be snagging Snorlax and Pichu. Not sponsored, just telling you guys about it, because I personally like to collect them. They're a little pricey, but they're pretty cute, so if anyone's interested in the Build-A-Bears, Pichu seems to be coming to Build-A-Bear, and I expect some new ones to keep on coming out. They seem to be obviously very successful, as I think we've had everything from Vulpix and Alolan Vulpix to Snorlax now, Psyduck, all sorts of stuff, so a lot of possibilities there. I didn't cover this before, but for those who don't know, in early November, there's going to be a diorama of the wild area that you're going to be able to view online. So for those who don't know, a diorama is kind of like a real-life replication of it on a small table, essentially. That's not going to be to scale, but it's made with like little things, and I'm sure if you were in school when you were younger, you did some sort of a diorama or whatever it's called, and this is one of the wild areas. So really cool. It'll be nice to be able to see this on a website and be able to like kind of view and things like that. I'm excited for this. I think it's kind of neat. And then a few other things before we jump into the rumor here. First things first, this is fake. I just want to throw that out there. This has been spreading around the internet over the last 2 or 3 days. It is fake. It's a really old fan art of Grookey and its evolution, so we know this to be fake. We've been able to trace the kind of originator of this post, and a lot of people have been asking me about this one. I have gotten questions about this particular Scorbunny evolution for months. This is also fake, guys. This Scorbunny plush is fake. We have no reason to believe it's real. It's been popping up under YouTube videos, and it's been all over the place in terms of suggested, and all I can say is I guarantee that this person made a lot of money off of this, because people don't realize that it's fake. But yeah, if you see this thing, just flag it as fake or whatever. But let's jump into the rumors here, because this is where things get super duper interesting. We've got this huge possible leak from a card designer thread. So this individual posted a handful of hand-drawing sketches, and they claim to be a Pokemon TCG card designer, and they have some memories of some of the stuff. They can't do exact pictures because they don't want to get caught. That's the whole deal. So let's take a look at what they have to say. But first and foremost here, we've got this image here of apparently the starter evolutions. Now again, these are quick sketches from this person. We don't know if this is real or fake, so again, we take this with a grain of salt, but definitely some interesting things there, and we see a lot of kind of commonplace from some of the previous rumors and leaks that we've had. So there's some, you know, there's been a lot of talk about this. A lot of you guys were like, aDrive, talk about the card stuff, so I figured we'd cover it here. But we got some interesting stuff. So I haven't seen the designs of the final evolution of Score Bunny, but as far as I'm aware, its name was Banitriker, though it could be named for a different language. Wooloo has a third evolution only gained through an item. People expect it to be a 2-stage. And then, correct, I mostly do only typography and printing test work. I also do some packaging as well. And I haven't gotten around to doing them, but I can prove they exist. So let's take a look. These are some of the different art designs here. This is what's supposed to be the third evolution line of Wooloo. We've got kind of this little horn sheep here, and then it kind of gets into a much bigger sheep. And then what I'm assuming is the Roly-Coly evolution line, which would make sense, right? It kind of evolves into some sort of a little train. I will say that this particular design here looks very similar to another kind of Roly-Coly design that I had come across, you know, maybe a month ago or so. But nevertheless, pretty interesting stuff, kind of like a coal steam oven there, or maybe like a caboose or whatever that is. I don't know what this thing's supposed to be. Is this supposed to be a teacup? Oh, you know what? This might be Polteageist pre-evolution. Oh, it says right there, Polteageist. Might be a Polteageist pre-evolution. Then this is apparently an Impidimp evolution and some new Pokemon. So there's a little bird and then a second stage bird. I think this is supposed to be Corviknight. There's this little grub type Pokemon that evolves into this crazy contraption. There's this little spider with the ruby on top. Now, if you remember the Chinese image kind of post, there was a red ruby on there, or some sort of gemstone, so maybe that ties into that. This kind of steampunk kind of cyborg type thing, and then we've got this clock, and then this kind of like Grandmaster clock going on there, and it says that we've got Zacian is Steel and Fighting. So they're saying that there's some similarities between this and some other art, but Zacian is Steel and Fighting, Zamazenta is Steel and Ground. It says VMAX is for the TCG, it's the power boost. And then the crown line is Fairy and Rock. So is that a crown? Was that supposed to be a crown? This thing? Oh, I guess this is a crown. So it's like a ring and then a crown. That's actually a really good idea for a Pokemon, if that actually exists. Like, it starts off as a ring and turns into the crown, and like the royalty wears it in the region, which I guess would be kind of weird for them to wear a Pokemon, but I guess it's not that weird. Apparently, again, Impidimp evolution, Corviknight line, etc. We've got some new Pokemon here, potentially Squova and Greedent. So this says there's a Gigantamax for the robot line, the Pseudo line that is a Minotaur for shield, and a snake-like dragon for sword. The clock line, and I'm not sure. And then some of the old mons, Lapras, Luxray, Heliolisk, and Drifblim apparently getting Gigantamax forms. And then there's a ton of things. The Golem-like imagery shown in the trailer is Eternatus Dynamaxing. Talks a little about Eevee and some basic stuff there. And here's some designs. What seems to be the Chipmunk Pokemon that we've been waiting for. Some various, I don't know, kind of Minotaur, some Snake Dragon, potentially a Quillfish evolution or some sort of Quillfish kind of related Pokemon here. And then a handful of other kind of sketches or drawings that may indicate something new. So again, kind of rough drawings here, nothing too crazy. And then there's some fossils apparently, and then kind of goes on to talk about a couple other details. Scrapunk, and then Atomasil. So some different Pokemon here. Again, we've got potential fossils as well. You've got kind of, I don't know, but this is guy's supposed to be, if this is a Sobble evolution or if it's a completely independent Pokemon. But again, various sketches here of potential Pokemon from this apparent TCG art designer. We've got a bunch of other things here. Handful of different stuff. Doesn't seem like anything. Just talks about the Minotaur line being pure fighting and then steel fighting. And then there's a new regional line for Vanillite. Now, Vanillite is a Pokemon that was created by James Turner, who's the art director of this game. So it wouldn't be surprising to see some of his kind of special Pokemon get some new love. So I wouldn't be that outside the question of Vanillite getting a new form, but I think that would be kind of weird in a way. I don't know. Vanillite's not really the most popular Pokemon, so we'll see. But there's like apparently a giant earthworm kind of deal going on. This Grandmaster Clog, this might be the Gigantamax form of it. As you can see, kind of the cloud swirling above. This might be the Greyhound that Yamper evolves into. And again, kind of like the earthworm kind of design. And then the potential Galarian Vanillux line, which I guess Snow Cone Snowman is kind of interesting. So that's the gist there in terms of kind of what's going on. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to cover this card art stuff. I am not necessarily a huge believer at this point. I think we just gotta hang in there until we get some new information. Very intriguing rumor though. I mean, very rarely do we have rumors where people actually draw stuff. So those tend to stand out a little bit more and tend to give people a little bit more credibility. We are in that time period though, guys. I mean, we're legitimately 3 weeks away from the game coming out. Inevitably, something's gonna leak, man. You need a lot of flex tape right now. You need a lot of flex tape. But I'm gonna wrap this video up, guys. Let me know your thoughts on these kind of card drawings. Do you think they're real? Do you think they're fake? Let me know. Hit that like button down below, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new, and hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully we get something next week. I think this week is a no-go at this point, but we'll keep our eyes and ears open. Make sure you guys have those notifications turned on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.